Behind me is the second grave of Edgar Allan Poe. That was put here in 1875 by contributions from Baltimore school children. They had a pennies for Poe collection to help pay for this monument. So there were hundreds of people here in the dedication, including Walt Whitman, the famous American poet. So he was here. So this is where Poe is actually buried now. And in 1885, they brought Virginia's remains from New York, and she's actually buried to the left of the monument under the light that you see over there. Maria Clem is buried to the right of the monument. She died 1871. So there are three bodies in this plot: Virginia, Edgar, and Maria Clem. Since they were a tight family when they were alive, the Poe Society thought this is where they all should be buried, and this is where they are now. Now, this is the site of a very famous tribute that stopped in 2009. Since 1949 until 2009, this man dressed all in black with a white scarf and black hat would come into the graveyard on Poe's birth date in the middle of the night and leave 3 red roses and a half-filled bottle of French cognac, and he would place it right on the Poe monument. Now, people say it was a joke or it was a hoax, but we would spend the night here, a group of us, watching this, and it's not a joke, it's not a publicity stunt. Someone really was doing it, but it stopped in 2009. Now, there are people that say, oh, Jeff Jerome, me, was doing it. It's like,
and was it you, Jeff?
1949 is a little bit before my time period. Also, you have to remember that there were other people with me watching this as it was happening. So I'm not Superman. It's not like I can run through the building changing my clothing into the what the Poe toaster wore, put the tribute, then run back in the building and go, wow, that was really neat, wasn't it? So once people see the setup of the church, they realize that, you know, it wasn't me. But people still say that, and it's like, okay, I don't care anymore. If that's what you want to believe, you know, that's fine.
If it's something fun to talk about, then...
Well, it is. It was nice to watch it. I mean, there's still people that think the Easter Bunny is fake. You know, come on, give me a break. So it doesn't bother me anymore if people want to think it was fake or a hoax or I was doing it or someone else was doing it. I don't care anymore. I mean, other people have seen this guy independent of me, and I don't care anymore.
And now there's now a new Poe toaster that's actually been given the title. Is that true?
Yes.
And he will come once a year on the eve of Poe's death?
Yes. The Maryland Historical Society held a competition to name a new Poe toaster. And they had people from all over the United States auditioning for this. Now, this was not intended to replace the original Poe toaster, because you can't replace that. Many people were disappointed and are still disappointed that the tribute stopped. So they thought, instead of doing this in the middle of the night, do it during the day where everyone can observe this. And when the new Poe toaster premiered in this past January, we had several hundred people in this area, including a lot of small children. And I swear, when I looked at the faces of the children, I was like, wow, look at that. I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
because they will be remembering this for the rest of their lives. Hopefully they will continue to read about Poe. And I'm going, that's what it's all about. Getting interest about Poe. And if it means capitalizing on this Poe tribute, I did it. You know, because even people in Australia know about the Poe toaster.
All the way over, over from Sydney.
Now, a real quick story about the Poe toaster. In 1985, I got a phone call, and this is when I was the curator at the Poe House, from a publicity person at the Baltimore Civic Center. The Russian circus was in town, and he wanted to know if he could bring over some of the performers. Poe's very big in Russia. I said, sure, come on over. So at 1 o'clock, there's a knock on the door. I opened the door, and I should have asked how many people he was bringing. It must have been 30 Russians, and they were all about this big, wearing fur coats, fur hats. And I started smiling, going, I'm looking at a sea of fur. So I brought them into the house, gave them a tour, and before they left, I started talking about the legend of the cognac and roses, and they started looking at each other, and they're looking upset. And I'm going, uh-oh, what's wrong? And one raised his hand and said, no French cognac, Russian vodka.
On the Prograve.
Pravda,
Oh,
say
no.
vodka. And I'm going, well, no. And they were like really getting upset. So I
Wow.
thought, okay, do I fib and say it was vodka to avoid an international incident?
Yeah, wow.
So I went, oh, you know what? What am I thinking? It was Russian vodka. Oh, they're very happy.
Oh, that's
He's one
cute.
of us, drinks vodka. Yeah, you know.
And why was it cognac? Was it just the choice of drink
Well,
by the Po Toaster originally?
We don't know. But you know, every country that used this story changed the liquor to suit the national taste.
Wow.
So in Russia, people drink vodka.
Yeah.
They could say, Poe is one of us, he drank vodka. In Japan, the person left a bottle of sake. France is the only country that didn't change the liquor because it was French cognac.
You know, we say it was a Foster's beer
Yeah.
on the grave.
So the point is that every country wanted their people to be associated with Poe. So they
Right.
changed the liquor.